When pop icon Mima decides to transition her career from singing to acting, she realizes it will come with a cost. When her life starts spiraling out of control and people around her start dying, she wonders if it's the work of a serial killer or if she's losing her sanity and crumbling under the pressure of fame.
Yo,
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to my review of Perfect Blue, a movie that's kind of old, but fortunately I just got back from seeing it in theaters because they re-released it, they remastered it. So if you have never seen the film, or if my review puts you on it, you think it sounds kind of cool, be sure to check it out while it's there, limited time. I think it's a good little time, and it's better to see it in theaters, as we all know. And I'm going to do my best to explain this thing because this is a very strange and cerebral film. You could probably interpret this film 5 different ways. I'm going to do my best to give you my interpretation without directly spoiling it, which is the difficulty of YouTube, as I've come to realize. When the movie starts off, you follow pop icon Mima, and she's part of this very successful girl group named Sham. You know, they're a household name, they have an established fandom, but she wants a little bit more. And because of this, she's encouraged by her agent to pursue acting, so that's what she decides to do. She's going to drop singing, drop out of the girl band, and try to land this part in this sitcom drama that's investigating murders. And in the process of doing this, she's going to realize that the stuff that she's talking about on her drama show is oddly mirroring what's going on in her real life. And she starts to wonder, is she mentally cracking, or is all of it actually happening to her? If you're a fan of movies like Inception, or movies that just make you wonder what's actually going on, is it real, is it not? It's a very mental, psychological thriller type of a film, then this movie might be right up your alley, because this is one of the better ones that's ever been done, I think. And it's really cool as well because this is an animated film. It's a Japanese anime that's dubbed, and there's just not a whole lot in that subgenre. So if you like anime as well, or if you're a little bit more open-minded, you want to give a cartoon a try, you know, it sounds silly, but let me say, this movie is absolutely messed up. Do not be fooled by how silly it is that we have adult cartoons, but this movie is incredibly graphic. It has violent gore, it has SA scenes, it has extreme nudity, it has a ton of different stuff. I'm not somebody who's big into trigger warnings, but this is one of the ones where you definitely need to look up some stuff if you are easily triggered like that, because this movie goes there. Graphically, it goes there. It's just in the form of cartoons, which makes for a very upsetting psychological experience because you're not really sure what's going on with our main character, and you're not really sure what you should believe, if you believe what she's seeing or if it's all in their head. And I will say this, I've seen this movie 3 or 4 times now. This is the only time I've been able to check it out in theaters, and I think it's a lot better there due to the sound and the score and the soundtrack. It's all great. But the first time I saw this, I was a little bit confused by it. I wasn't really sure of the hype, and I don't think I understood it. But after watching it a couple more times, it's really starting to pick up, and I'm starting to really enjoy watching this. It is such a unique experience because when you blend the fact that it's a cartoon with such graphic subject matter, I can't think of anything else like it. I could probably do an entire 20-minute video about this film itself, just about all of its interpretations, what it's trying to tackle, and I might not even be right, because a lot of this movie is up for interpretation. But for the most part, it's tackling fame and fandom and the pressure of being a star and what it means to pursue your dreams, as opposed to pursuing wealth and trying to please others. Because when the movie starts off, Mima is part of a girl group that she is very passionate about. That was her life goal. That was what she wanted to do as a child. She grew up, she accomplished it. But due to nagging pressure of her fans and her agent, she feels like she needs to do even more. She needs to drop that behind. It's now childish, and she needs to pursue something bigger and better. She needs to be successful in their eyes, which is like opening Pandora's box and begging the question, what are you actually doing anything you're passionate about for? Are you doing it because you want to do it? Are you doing it for numbers on a screen? Are you doing it to appease fans that there's almost a toxic parasitic relationship with? And I think this movie, better than almost any other, tackles that subject matter, even though we've seen it in other films before. But this feels so fresh and unique because it is an anime cartoon, and it's very adult themed. I'm not sure how it would translate if it wasn't. This is a story that starts off innocent enough until you get to an inciting incident, and there is no turning back at this point. And from that point on, you start questioning everything that's going around with her. She starts seeing things, there's people dying around her. You're not exactly sure if she's the culprit or if somebody's framing her, setting her up. You can't believe anything in this film. Even when you do think you got a grasp of what's going on, a lot of it is still open to interpretation, which I really like because it lends itself to multiple viewings where you notice more details every time, at least I do. During her transition to acting, she keeps seeing this very strange looking man following her around, an extreme fan who's not happy with the fact that she is making the switch. And this guy goes as far as to start imitating her online and trying to copy her persona and keep her fandom alive as a pop artist, because damage is being done to her reputation based on the role she's taking in acting. And because of this, he's almost personally offended. He starts to mentally crack as well because He is so deep in fandom, he cannot possibly accept she's going to do something else with her life. Which is another cool thing this movie definitely tackles: extreme fandom and fans of people just becoming overly obsessed with anybody they admire. It gets to the point where fans can truly believe they know an artist better than they know themselves, almost like they know their intentions better than they do. It's a very toxic relationship that fans can have with celebrities, and I think once again, this movie is pretty realistic in depicting the most disgusting extreme side of that. This movie also makes a very creative choice I've always enjoyed of making everybody in this movie who's kind of a bad guy or a villain look kind of disfigured or ugly. And the reason I think the director chose to do that is because as a society, it's pretty obvious who the bad apples are, the people with bad intentions. And it's the same thing in this film. It's pretty obvious who the bad culprits are. And by highlighting the fact that everybody can see them, they stand out like a sore thumb. It's kind of poking fun at society for turning a blind eye to things we clearly know are bad. It doesn't affect us, so we don't care. Which is just one of the many things this movie chooses to do in terms of characters or highlighting certain things via metaphors or visual expression. But to its core, this movie is just asking the question, how far would you go for fame, and how far is extreme fandom before it becomes toxic? Most people start off doing what they love, and then it eventually fragments in a way where they just start pursuing things that make others happy, or just need to be bigger and better just for the sake of what society thinks is success, more so than what they actually enjoy. Fans can become obsessed and fall in love with the image of who celebrities are more so than who they actually are. Even up until the point when you finally get to meet somebody and know them for who they are, you almost take offense to it because that's not who you fell in love with. You liked the image more than you like who they actually are. Again, just something I think is kind of profound and accurate to how we view celebrities, at least over here in the States, because people just have this weird idealistic worship for them, and I've never understood it. But this movie really tackles it in a way that is just so enjoyable. And maybe enjoyable is the wrong word because it's a very uncomfortable watch, but one that is very effective. Other than that, guys, I'm not going to tell you guys anything else about this film. I want you guys to see this for yourselves if you haven't already. I hope you already have. If you have, comment down below. This is a movie I always have a ton of fun with. It's a watch unlike any other because of the hybrid of how severe it is, how psychological it is, with the fact it's an anime cartoon. But it's a movie that keeps getting better watch after watch. I totally understand the cult classic appeal to this film, and I recommend you buy it because I already own it. If you have seen Perfect Blue, comment down below, let me know. It's a weird one, but I hope you get around to seeing it. As always, like, comment, subscribe, join me down below. I will see you in the next review. Peace!